So in this final course, the final class in this semester for the computer programming, I would like to give you one exercise, and hopefully it will help you to have an idea about the final exam. So here is the problem. I have three products. Table, and the price is 50,000. Chair, I have the price is 25,000. And cabinet, I have the price as 60,000. So there are three customers visit the store. So maybe this is my store. And the customer one comes and he buys one table and two chairs. And the customer two, she buys one table and one cabinet. And customer three, he buys one cabinet. Now you need to calculate the total sales. There are two things you need to do. Here you need to use the multi-dimensional array for the solution number one. And for the solution number two, you need to use object-oriented. Okay, so how can you do this one? So the answer will be 270,000 for the total sales. Now, how can you make this one in your Java? So you will open the Gurum, but I have not opened any Gurum yet for this one. So let's just do with Eclipse, and I will let you know how we can do, how we can transfer from the Eclipse to the Gurum, because last time there are many of you who did just copy and paste from Java and it didn't work. So, okay, I will go to this computer programming later. Okay, let's make one new package. Let's say this is exercise. Okay, I have an exercise. How can we make this one? Yeah, you can freely make your own source code, but yeah, my idea will be what I will explain now. You can have your own idea, but it should be multi-dimensional array, and the other solution should be using object-oriented. So multi-dimensional array means we have more than one array. Let's suppose I can see like this one. The first row is the customer one, and the second row is customer two, and the third row is the customer three. Okay, and then let's say I have only three products. Then, yeah, the first column, let's say this is for the table. The second column, let's say I just use this as the chair, and the third column, I used it as the cabinet. Okay. So if I know that the customer one by table one, and the customer two by the chair two, so the data will be like this one, and then the cabinet will be 0. Okay, and then the customer two, she buys the table one and the cabinet one. What about chair? Is 0. And then the customer three, he buys one cabinet. Then the table is 0, chair is 0, and the cabinet is 1. How can we know the total sales? we can just multiply. So it means 1 multiply with 50,000, 2 multiply with 25,000, 0 multiply with 60,000. And then next we will do 1 multiply with 50,000, 0 with 25, 1 with 60. And until we finish for all, we can get the total sales. Okay, how can we make this one? So I will give you the solution. Okay. So I will try to finish as fast as I can. Okay. But of course I will later I will share the code. If you don't have enough time to copy this one, I will share the code later. Let's suppose I make the solution 01. Okay, now what I need to do is to maybe I can say I want to make the input how many customers that will visit my store. So you can do the scanner. Okay. So just say input, and then you need to do the processing, and then you need to do the output. Okay. So that's the basic how we can do with the programming. In the input, you need to use scanner. Let's say just use the scanner system.in. And then this error is because of the this is because of the import. We need to import the scanner, and then let's say I want to ask how many customers. Okay, then I will make a new integer. Let's say this is customer. I have the input next int, and then after I know the customer is, for example, 3, then I will do something in the processing. So I will do for every customer. Let's say I use the variable I, and let's say I start from 1, and then I should be less than the number of customer, and then let's say I plus plus. Okay, so I will do for every of the customers, and so this is the total customer. For every customer, I would like to ask about how many tables the customer buy, how many chairs the customer buy, and how many cabinets the customer buy. And we need to put 3 products. Okay. How? If we use the multi-dimensional array, then we need to have the array definition. Let's say if I have 2-dimensional array, something like this. Let's say I have the variable name sales. So I have the new integer, and my product fix. It is only 3. Okay, I can make only just fixed size 5. Okay. Okay, and then maybe after I know the sales, so after I make the matrix, I need to calculate the total. Okay. So if you check on your PowerPoint file, we can make one new variable to save the total sales. Now, if I we need to check for every product table, chair, and cabinet. So the column, the first column, let's say this is the row. So if it is row, then this is a table. If this is a column, this is the second column, this is the third column. How can we make a column? Yeah, if we make the multi-dimensional array, we will have two for loop. Okay, so let's have another for loop. And J, let's say I will just finish until 3 because I know there are 3 products. The first is for the table, and then the second is for the chair, and the third is for the cabinet. Okay. Now, how can I distinguish this one? Yeah. Okay. I will. So the first is for the table, and the second is for the chair, and the third is for the cabinet. Then I can have like this one. If J equals to 1, so this is the table. Okay. And then else if J equals to 2. So this is the chair. Else if J equals to 3. This will be the cabinet. Okay. And if I have the table, then I would like to save it into the cell. So sales I is the customer, so it means the customer 1 and table. And then I can just get the input, and then this will be the integer. Okay. So I can know how many table for a particular customer. Okay. So this one is for the table. Then I can give the system.out the thing. How many table? Okay. But the I is varied. Okay, maybe let me. So I need to have another system that out print customer I. Maybe I will make a new space. This one. So if it is the customer I, the customer 1. Okay. How many table did the customer 1 buy? Okay. So I will copy and paste this one. It seems it is the same, but the product is different. This is chair and this is cabinet. Okay. So yeah, we have the table, chair, and cabinet. Okay. Now, how to calculate the total sales? So the total sales will be I can make the total plus equal sales ij. So if it is a table, then I will multiply with how much? 50,000. Okay. Or if you confuse, maybe this one total plus sales multiply by 50,000. If it is chair, then we will multiply with 25,000. If it is cabinet, we will multiply with 60,000. Is it working? Okay, let's see. Then after I do this one, okay, let's print the output. Total sales equal to total. Okay, so maybe just pick T. Is it correct? Five. Okay, maybe the number will not be so important now because we have only 3 customers and we have the 3 products. Okay, let's see. Okay, how many customers? Let's say 3. Customer 1, how many table? 1. Customer 1, how many chairs? It's 2. Cabinet 0. Customer 2. Customer 2. Customer 2 buy 1 table and 1 cabinet. Then 1 table, chair 0, cabinet 1. Customer 3 buy 1 cabinet. Then it is 0 for the table, 0 for the chair, and 1 for the cabinet. Okay, the total sales is 270,000. Okay. So this is the solution with the multi-dimensional array. Okay, I hope you can follow me. Okay, any questions, comment? Then how about if we want to use the object oriented? So whenever I teach you with the object oriented, I always give you with many more than one classes. So let's say I have the solution 02, and then let's make a solution like this one. I guess we need to make new class. Okay. If we are doing with the object oriented means we need to have the class customer. Okay. For customer, if you are doing the assignment correctly, so you understand that we can make a new class. Let's say I want to make a new class customer. So the class customer will not have any main method, but there will be some information about the product. Okay. So if I told you before, if you want to make a kind of matrix like this one. So this is the table, this is the chair, and this is the cabinet. Then we will have the data. What kind of data that we want to store in the customer object. So every customer will have the information about how many table he buys, how many chair he buys, and how many cabinet he buys. And the first is you can make maybe the private data or private field. Okay. So private integer, let's say I want to make a Q table. So it is the quantity for the table. And then let me make another quantity for the chair. And then let me make another quantity for the cabinet. So I have 3 products. So every product I have the quantity, because if I make a kind of matrix, I want to know the quantity. And for each of this quantity, I will have the price. Because the price is fixed, you can use final. Okay. Or if you want to use only integer, that's also fine. Okay. So I use P to represent the price. The table price is 50,000. And then the price for the chair is 25,000. And the price for the cabinet is 60,000. Okay. So in the class customer, we will have 6 fields or 6 data. And whenever I have one customer, so if I want to use the same idea with the multi-dimensional array, then for one customer, there will be 3 parameters. Yeah, let me just follow it with that idea. Now I can make a constructor. You still remember what is constructor? So a constructor is to create an object, or it is to create an instance. So if I have one customer, and I want to store for every of the data, what are the data from the customer? I would like to have the data which is Q table. Maybe let me make table. And then I have another data about chair, and then I have another data about the cabinet. Okay. So the Q table here equals to the table. So how many tables that you will buy, it will be in the Q table. And then how many chair that the customer will buy, it will be the same with the chair. And then how many cabinet that the customer buy, it will be the same with the cabinet. Okay. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes we can make this like this to make it as an object for particular customer. Okay. So it is a good practice to make this, because I can know if I call this is the customer 1, so this is the object for customer 1. If now I'm making customer 2, then this is the object for customer 2. And you can make other kind of method. Okay. So you can see here on the right panel in the outline, you can see the fields, and then there is one constructor. The constructor contains of 3 parameters. If you want to make all the other methods, yeah, feel free to make the methods, but maybe I can just make one method for now. I can make the total. So get total. Why? Because I want to know the total sales. Okay. But the total sales later we will make with the other variable. For now, we can make the total sales for only one customer. So how can we make the total sales for one customer? So you need to return in this case, I would like to multiply P table multiply with the Q table. So the price multiply with the quantity that customer buy. The price chart will be multiplied with the quantity that the customer buy. And then the cabinet price will be multiplied with the quantity of the cabinet. Okay, so yeah, this is the price for one customer. Okay. If you are thinking about the object, of course, one object is one customer. If you are thinking about the matrix, yeah, it will be another way. Let's say, okay, I have this. Okay, I already have this one. Yeah. Now, how can I make the object here? I think it's almost the same with the previous one. First, we can make the input. So the scanner has an issue here, so I will just get the import function, and then I will ask the user, for example, the customer, how many number of the customer that will be the input. So before that one, maybe you can ask how many customers, and then you will have the input. Okay. After you have this input, okay, in before we have total. Let's say it is starting with 0, and then for every customer, so I will need the object customer. Then I need to make a class of customer. And now I assume there will be 3 customers. How can I make 3 objects? Yeah, there is another possibility. You can make the object one by one. For example, customer C1. And then you have another customer C2. And then you have another customer C3. But if there are more than 3 customers, yeah, it will be a time-consuming job if you make every object like this one by one. Then we already learned the idea about the repetition. I can make an array. So let me just use sales. Okay. And then I will make new customer. So I will make a new customer with the number of customers. So if I have the input 3 customers, then I will make, there will be 3 kind of sales. So there will be 3 size of the array, and the size, yeah, will be in the variable sales. Okay. And then next, I will make the, I will do the loop for integer I equals to 1. Let's see, now I will start with 1. Okay. I has then equal to the customer, and then I plus plus. Okay, so that's the basic idea. If we want to do loop for every of the customer, then we can do something like this. And we have 3 products: table, chair, and cabinet. yeah, now let me just use very simple way to solve this one. Maybe I can just have the system.out.print how many table. Okay. We need to define also the customer. So the same with the previous one, we can say customer of the I. So how many table? So I would like to get the number of the product. Then I can make table. This one is the input, the next int. So I would like to get how many table for the customer I. If I is customer one, then yeah, I want to know how many table that the customer one buy. If I equals to 2, then I would like to know how many table that the customer 2 buy. So this is the table. Then I can do the same. Okay, I don't need to use the loop. Customer I and then how many chair. And then customer I how many cabinet. So I have three variables, table, chair, and cabinet for every of the customer. And then it will be always a new variable for every customer. And after this one, I can create a new object. So I have the sales I. This is for the customer I. Okay. After I have the customer I, then it will be a new customer. And there will be three parameters. What are the three parameters? We have table, chair, and cabinet. So we can have the table, chair, and cabinet. Okay. And next, I need to calculate the total sales. How can I calculate the total sales? This one, it will be the same. So the total variable will be the additional of every of the total for every customers. Then I can have the plus sales I. No. Why? Oh, so the sales I is the object for every of the customer, but I would like to add the total sales. What is the total sales? Oh, okay, yeah, I have the get total. So I need to get the total for the customer I. Okay, now I will have the total for the customer I. And after I have this total, then yeah, I can figure out the result. This one, yeah. So this one will be the information for every of the customer. And after I have the final, then you can go to the system.out.print line. Let's say the total sales is the total. Okay. Let me run. Error. Where's the error? Okay, not here. Okay, how many customers? So let's say I have 3. And customer 1, how many table? Customer 1 is 1 table and 2 chairs. 1 table And how many chair? 2. Cabinet 0. Customer 2. 1 table, 1 cabinet. 1 table, 0 chair, 1 cabinet. Customer 3. How many table? 0, 0, 1. 0, 0, 1. Oops. There's an error. Okay, if you have this error, how can you fix this one? So you can see here is an error in this line, in line 28. What is line 28? This one. Okay. There is an error message. It is index 3 out of bound for length 3. So this is about the array. Okay, because you can see the error message is about array. Why? What is this array? Okay, we have this array. This is the array. Yeah, it starts from 1, and then we go to until the number of the customers. So it means we have customer 1, customer 2, customer 3. Okay, no problem. Do you know the errors? Okay. So the array, there will be 3 customers. Okay. If we have 3, then it will start from index 0. So it means it should be 0, 1, and 2. But there will be no index 3. That's why this is error. Okay, so maybe I can just use +1. Okay, so I'm increasing the number of, I'm increasing the size, so now it becomes +1. So if I run, 3 customers. Okay, how many table? 1, 2, 1, 1, and 1. Okay, so let's say the table is 1, 2, and 0, and then 1, 0, 1, and table is 0, 0, 1. Okay, now it works. Okay, so the total sales is 270,000 for all the sales from 3 customers. Okay. Yeah, this is one exercise that might help you to do the final exam. But now the issue is, how can we change this solution in the Eclipse into the Kurum? So let's say we have the example in Kurum. Okay, so this is the example that I gave you last time. So you have the class main. So this is the class that has been dedicated in the Kurum. Yeah, I don't know how to change the class name here. So if you want to do this one, okay, so you can copy and paste. Okay, so you can copy and paste, and you put in the Kurum. Of course, you need to modify some parts. Let's say this one is the exercise. Okay, so this is the package name. You don't need the package name in the Kurum. And then if you run this, okay, let's see. Okay, the error message is the class solution2 is public, should be declared in the file name solution2.java. So Kurum starts the Java with different name. So the name is not the solution2. So you need to change this one into main. After you do with the main, then it works. Okay, so I can have like 3 customers. How many tables? 1, chair 2, cabinet 0, customer 2, 1 table, 0 chair, and 1 cabinet, and then table 0, 0, 1. Okay, the total sales is 270,000. Okay, so by changing the class name, yeah, it is enough to make the code available in the group. Okay. Any questions? So you can put your class below the class name in your Kurum. Okay. So if I give you like this kind of problem, so if you need to use the object oriented, then it means you can do with the same assignment you already did. It means you will do the customer. In this case, this is the customer. Okay, so you need to make your own details. Okay, in the previous example, I give you the student class. Okay, so yeah, you have the idea how to get this one and then convert to the assignment. So many of you did wrong on this part because you just used the remaining this one. Well, you didn't change anything for the class name. You didn't change about the details of these fields. Okay, so there are some mistakes on your answers. So you need to know specifically for the problems. Don't just copy and paste. Okay, because if you just copy and paste, it will not work. Okay, I think that's all that I can explain for the exercise. Hopefully it will help you for doing the final exam. Any questions?